The day is finally here. The New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax opening day kicks off tonight live in Dallas, Texas, and I'm excited about it. What is going on out there? It's your boy Tommy on the spot for Watch Along Wrestling. Thanks so much for joining me here on this New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 29 A-Block tournament preview, and we will also be breaking down the entire card for tonight's G1 Climax 29. So we're going to get you all set. If you've never checked out the G1, I'm going to tell you why you should. I'm going to tell you what you can look forward to, and it should be a really fun show tonight. I'm going to break down the entire thing. Before we get there, though, if it's your first time checking out the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Watch Along Wrestling. If you've been returning, though, to the channel, what is going on? I hope you're doing well. Live chat is open if you guys want to give your thoughts on the G1. I'd love to hear who you're picking to win the A-Block, who you're looking at to win tonight, to get a big win in Dallas, Texas. If you're down in Dallas, Texas, say what's up from there. It's a fun weekend with Slammiversary there tomorrow, so you could actually turn it into a little bit of a vacation if you're down there. Also a huge night in general with UFC 239 going on tonight. Johnny Bones Jones returning to the Octagon. You've got Amanda Nunes taking on Holly Holm. So a really fun night of action in terms of wrestling and in terms of mixed martial arts. But let's talk about why we are here tonight. The G1 Climax 29 tournament kicks off from Dallas, Texas. Brand new deal for New Japan to kick things off here in the United States. For those who do not know the card. So basically, all right, let's start with this. I'm going to give you guys an idea of what the G1 is. So the G1 is a round-robin tournament. There's an A-Block, there's a B-Block. The A-Block consists of 10 wrestlers. The B-Block also consists of 10 wrestlers. It's a round-robin style tournament. It takes place over about 6 weeks, kicking off tonight on July the 6th, ending on August the 12th. So it's really a big summer deal here for New Japan Pro Wrestling. If the one wrestler scores a pinfall victory or any sort of victory, he ends up getting 2 points. If there's a draw, both wrestlers get 1 point, and obviously you don't get any points if you lose. So it should be fun, and basically the way that this works is whoever has the most points from each block go off and face each other in the finals of the G1 tournament, and the winner of that match goes on to Wrestle Kingdom to take on the champion. So should be a lot of fun. Let's start with the A block, give you guys a little bit of a primer as to who is going to be in each block. So the A block, which kicks off tonight, you know what? The A block kicks off tonight, and basically the 10 wrestlers that are a part of the A block. You've got Lance Archer, who's recently kind of kicking off his deal now as a singles competitor for New Japan Pro Wrestling after his team with David Hart, David Hart Smith no longer works out David Boy Smith Jr. He's now obviously working for MLW. Lance Archer now a singles competitor for New Japan. He's in the tournament. You've got Evil. You've got Bad Luck Fale, Kota Ibushi, Kenta, the former Hideo Itami, who's been in WWE for the last 5 years. He now comes over, really does his first G1 and really his first foray into New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I'm excited to see what he has to offer. The champion himself, Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, the winner of the Super Juniors tournament, Zack Sabre Jr., Sanada, and of course the legend himself, Hiroshi Tanahashi. On the B block, which we're not really going to get much into today because it doesn't actually kick off for an entire week. It kicks off next Saturday, which is the start of an insane wrestling weekend, which we'll get to later on in the week. But on the B block, you've got Jeff Cobb, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, Tetsuya Naito, Juice Robinson, Tai Chi, Shingo Takagi, who made it into the finals of the Super Juniors there against Will Ospreay. Had an amazing match there. Jay White, and Toru Yano. So I think the A block is where we're going to focus our attention today. It should be a lot of fun. That's where I think a lot of the big matches are really going to be taking place. Just thinking about the fact that in the A block itself, not only do you have Okada, but you also have, obviously, Tanahashi. You have Will Ospreay, who I think is on a roll that very few people are on right now. He's having the best matches, I'd say, so far of 2019. I'd say probably him and Johnny Gargano, I'd say. Then you also have Kota Ibushi. So I'd say that's where I kind of start my top four. I don't expect Okada to win. Champion doesn't usually win because it sets up, obviously, a title match for Wrestle Kingdom with him defending the championship, so it wouldn't make too much sense for him to win. But I expect him to have a strong showing. Tanahashi is a guy who every year I think people think is going to be kind of that veteran role to kind of put guys over, but last year made it all the way to the finals. So he is somebody to keep an eye on. He always has a good showing. Zack Sabre Jr., he's another guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing what he has to offer in the tournament. I'm excited to see kind of what he can bring to the table. He has really good matches, and I expect him to get a win or two here. And then obviously Kenta. I think all eyes are on Kenta from a wrestling perspective. This is a guy who has been kind of held down in WWE. He had the injury bug. He was really injury prone, and now he enters one of the most intense tournaments where each and every night it's expected for everyone in this tournament to really have great matches up and down the card. It'll be interesting to see kind of if Kenta is able to continue this revitalization of himself by going out there and having strong matches. Tonight, he goes against Kota Ibushi, a guy who I feel like it'd be very difficult to have a bad match against, so it's the perfect opening opponent for him, but a guy who clearly has a really strong style. If we watched, obviously, from Dominion when he was back suplexed onto his head on the apron, he throws caution to the wind and gives 110% each and every time. So that's something I'm kind of looking interested to see where Kenta will end up in the card. And then obviously you can never count out Evil and Sonata. I'm interested to see if one of those guys kind of makes their move up to the upper echelon there of the rankings in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So that's what I'm looking forward to from a Block A perspective. Let's break down the entire card for you guys here, all right? So let's take a quick look at this. All right, so tonight, obviously, the B-Block competitors, they are competing on the show for the most part. I'll get to that in a second. However, they are in mostly tag matches when they're not in tournament matches. So that everybody if you're going to the show tonight, you're able to see every competitor except one, and we'll get to him in a second. But you're going to also see the first 5 matches from the A block of the G1 Climax 29 tournament. So let's get into this here. The card starts with Juice Robinson, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Toru Yano taking on Tetsuya Naito, Bushi, and Shingo Takagi. So you're getting right there a variety of guys who are obviously in the tournament. Bushi and Juice and Thunder Liger are not, but it's always great to see Juice and Thunder Liger. That'll be fun to see. You've got Chase Owens teaming with Jay White to take on Yoshihashi and Hiroki Yoto. Then you've got Ren Narita taking on Shoto Umino and Tomohiro Ishii. Obviously, Umino has really kind of, he's a young boy, but he's starting to really kind of make a name for himself, really after that match that he had at Dominion with Jon Moxley. And he continues to get these profile spots. So really good for him. Sho and Yo taking on Tamatanga and Tanga Loa. Tamatanga not a part of the G1, which is kind of surprising. Really surprising also that Minoru Suzuki, I did not see him this year in the G1 Climax tournament, which is surprising. And then we get to the matches themselves tonight. So you've got Evil versus Bad Luck Fale. Not expecting too much from that match there. I hope Bad Luck Fale this year doesn't do, I feel like last year he kind of ruined the G1 with all the silliness with the Bullet Club stuff, and I hope that kind of is shelved this year. I feel like it's kind of run its course. So hopefully they have a good match. Sonata against Zack Sabre Jr., that should be great. The aforementioned Kenta versus Kota Ibushi. That match, I think, could really steal the show. That's the match I'm looking most forward to, and I'll be watching with a watchful eye to see how Kenta does in that match. Then you've got Kazuchika Okada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I mean, what else can you ask for? That's going to be awesome. It makes me feel like I wish I was down in Dallas for that. Obviously, I got to see some of these guys at the G1 Climax Supercard here in Madison Square Garden. But that was a kind of a super show with Ring of Honor. So I feel like definitely the New Japan stuff was great to see. Ring of Honor, yeah, it's okay. Then you've got Will Ospreay taking on Lance Archer, rounding out the tournament matches for tonight. Stacked tournament matches. Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. That's a match that I'm really looking forward to. Will Ospreay's been having great matches again, as I said, up and down, all over the place. Love that he came out and called out Amazing Red, said that he'd like to have a match with Amazing Red in New Japan and kind of revitalize some of that passion that Amazing Red has been very honest and open about kind of losing this year, announcing his retirement earlier this year during WrestleMania week, and then a couple days ago announcing that he was going to be stepping away from even House of Glory, Hog Wrestling, which is his school. So I'm hoping, and it seemed like Red was open to the idea, and I talked about this on Twitter at WatchWrestlePod yesterday. I mean, it just goosebumps thinking about Will Ospreay. What a dream match against Amazing Red. That would be great. But tonight's going to be a lot of fun. I'm interested to see how Lance Archer does in this match with Will Ospreay. It's another match I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, Lance Archer, is from nearby Austin, Texas. Will Ospreay is a guy that people are going to be really excited to see live. People love this guy. And but you wonder if the crowd is going to be really behind Archer. Archer's a guy that, again, he's from nearby Austin, Texas. You wonder if the crowd is going to be, if he's going to have that hometown crowd behind him, that hometown crowd kind of pumping him up and really cheering him on there throughout the entire match against Ospreay. It's a match I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, those are your matches there tonight. So just if I'm looking at the climax for my predictions, I'm just going to give you guys my predictions of the actual tournament matches. I do think Evil gets the win over Bad Luck Fale. Strong win for him to start things off. Sonata over Zack Sabre Jr. I think that could go either way, but I do think that Sonata is going to get the win there. Kenta and Ibushi is an interesting one. I think Ibushi is probably my pick to win the A block. I'm going to predict now that it's going to be Ibushi versus Will Ospreay in the finals of the A block, but I think that he gets a loss tonight. I think they want to establish Kenta as a big-time star and a guy who's going to get the win right off the bat, a big win, a strong win to kind of get him to that next level, kind of as that being able to showcase what he can do in the first match. So I expect a big win for Kenta tonight. Kazuchika Okada and Tanahashi, I expect Okada to get the win. First match of the tournament makes sense for Okada to get the win, but I definitely expect Okada to get a couple of losses here. Wouldn't be shocked to see Ibushi defeat Okada in the tournament. I could even see Will Ospreay potentially defeating Okada in the tournament. So that'll be interesting to see. Will Ospreay and Lance Archer, interesting one here, because I think they have an opportunity to really kind of establish Will Ospreay as this giant killer, as the guy who has made it clear he's moving to Japan, he's committing himself to New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I almost wonder if maybe they try to start some sort of story here where maybe Will Ospreay is not necessarily ready to be taking on some of the heavyweights in the G1, or if they set something up where they just give the nice, good feeling kind of hometown win for Lance Archer. Sometimes they give a win to somebody that is kind of out of left field. So I could see a couple of episodes tonight. I could see Lance Archer getting the win. I could even see a draw. I wouldn't be shocked to see Okada and Tanahashi go to a draw to kind of start things off. These do happen during the G1. Obviously, it's in the point system for a reason, so don't be too surprised if they do the draw. I assume Okada and Tanahashi is going to close the show, as it should. That would be great. Kind of a bummer for me. I have no way to watch the show. I'm signed up for New Japan World, but the show is going to be on a delay because it's streaming live on Access TV. So it kind of sucks. I'm also view my TV through Hulu, so I don't have access to Access TV. So a bummer for me. Hopefully I'll be able to see this at some point. If it is a situation where I can end up signing up for somebody that said, do like a free trial of Sling TV here in the States and I'd be able to see the show. If that's an option, I might do that. I am also going to be watching UFC 239 though, so it's going to be nuts, going to be insane, and it should be fun. We'll be back tomorrow at the latest tomorrow morning to discuss the entire show with you guys, give my thoughts on it if I'm able to catch the show. If not, we'll prime you up for the G1 Supercard, the G1 Climax 29 B block and all of the matches and superstars and wrestlers, rather, superstars that are a part of that side of the bracket. So should be fun. I'm into it, man. It's going to be awesome to really kind of become encapsulated in this G1 Climax. They have, for me, English commentary is obviously big. I'm not fluent in Japanese commentary, so to see that, I think would be fun. And yeah, keep it locked right here. Subscribe to Watch Along Wrestling. We'll have you guys covered every step of the way. And until next time, everybody, have a great time with the tournament. Let me know who you think is going to win the A block and your predictions for tonight. Until next time, everybody, I am Tommy on the Spot for Watch Along Wrestling.